We're going to see our people learn how to treat each other, and we won't be afraid to park our car outside our door, wondering if somebody going to go and break my window or rummage through my car because of the insensitive nature or the evil nature that exists within them. Because when we police us, they don't have to police us. Listen, brothers, and understand this well. The enemy knows that whenever they can get us divided, that we're easier to conquer. But the enemy also knows that whenever we unite, boy, we can't touch them folk. And let me say this to y'all in closing. Don't ever allow yourself to believe, as I started saying earlier about Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, and the Black Panthers, how they all had their own agenda and how peace won. But let me tell you not only how peace won, let me tell you what else it did. It brought about change. It brought about a situation, a circumstance that people understood that these people are deserving of a voice. But hear me well. Pop said that this ministry is an incubator for businesses. Not only are we an incubator for business, we understand the kingdom. We understand the provision that God makes for the kingdom. And listen to me well. We need to stop getting to the place where we're asking for a seat at their table, and we need to establish our own table. See, the best way to empower us is to empower us. And the best way for us to become empowered is to stop patronizing these businesses that are not going to invest in us. But the best way to do that is to develop businesses that can meet the supply and demand that those businesses are making. If we ever get united and we put our resources together, resources provide an opportunity to not ask for permission, to not ask for a handout, but to demand a position that, listen, I have what it takes, I have the means to do it, I know what it takes to make this thing provide not only for me, but for my community. And when we have all things in common or unity, that's community, it's one of Pop's teachings. When we have that in place, then we will understand this one thing, that listen, now they will seek after us. They will seek our opinions. They will ask for permission to set up businesses in our communities, and they will have to have permission from the leaders in that community to say, not only is it okay for you to come in, but we'll tell our people to support you because you have a heart for us. The last thing I want you to understand is this, don't stereotype any group of people. I have so many faithful Caucasian Christian brothers, it's a shame. And the one thing you will be sadly mistaken to allow yourself to believe is that the only reason the civil rights movement was successful was because blacks united. As I told you earlier, we weren't as united as you believe. There were dividing factors existing even in that day. But in that day, just like in today, you know what played a major factor? When our Caucasian brothers got sick and tired of it, and they started moving and operating on our behalf. If you ever look at the March on Washington, you'll see a whole lot of white faces in that crowd. If you look at the march in Minnesota right now, you'll see a whole lot of white folk up there protesting for the same rights that we're fighting for. Don't you allow yourself to believe that that statement that all those folk are evil applies to any group of people. Because there are believers amongst us from all nationalities, from all backgrounds and races. And the only thing I want you to understand is, and I'm finished, is that heaven is not a segregated place. When I get to heaven, I'm going to have white brothers, Indian brothers, Hispanic brothers. I'm going to have brothers who I didn't even know was a brother because we never got along or agreed with each other while we were here. But he was still walking and performing a purpose that God set up for him. So whatever you do, brothers, listen, keep your heart open to do the righteous thing, to obey the word of the Lord, and to move according to the Spirit. Because if you move according to the Spirit, I promise you, you will never go wrong. Brothers, my time is well spent. I love you all. I'll just hope and pray that the Spirit of God spoke to you tonight. And I'm not going to close in prayer. I'm going to bring Pops back up here, and I'm going to let him close this out.